Which brings us to Andrew's Windows 7 migration project plan. Do you want to just talk through this in terms of how you think about planning this and building a budget?
Yeah, I just wanted to throw this in here because this is the standard format that I use when I'm budgeting out any of these projects. I do them all the same. So I just wanted to talk through this just in case anyone was at the point of putting this together and I was looking for a place to start. So we break down our migration projects into 6 phases. First is called envisioning, and what we mean by that is that's when everyone sits down in a room and decides what it is that we're trying to do. So we want to move to Office 2010. We want to upgrade. We want to move to Windows 7, upgrade these 3 line of business applications, or we're going to put in a heavy VDI type solution. But budgeting in the project plan that time to get the stakeholders together, force them to go into a room and decide what it is that they want to do. An important part of that too is to document those decision points. So one of the things that'll bust the budget is someone forgets that they told you that they wanted to have the arrow options turned on in Windows 7. That was a priority, and then the design team is working around that, and then why did we do this? So just getting everyone together, kind of sorting out what everyone wants and getting it on paper. Then we put in time for planning, which is putting the budget together, putting the timeline together, identifying interdependencies and requirements. So, do we need to upgrade a line of business application through custom development? Are we going to package everything? What outside vendors are we going to use? All those types of things in that planning phase. We like to put as much time in planning as you need. It's to Glenn's point, getting things right in the beginning is going to save you money down the line, and it's going to save you heartache, and it's going to make the project successful. Then obviously time for the design, which is the desktop image, the desktop deployment process, and then the packaging of the applications. Applications, if you're going to package them in-house, you need to get a real sense from the internal folks of how many that they can do, and if they're going to be dedicated or not dedicated to it. Application packaging to be successful is something that a person needs to sit down and not be bothered while they're doing it. It's just, it takes focus and it's just something to keep in mind. So if it's a part-time effort for someone, maybe look to have that person do the simpler ones, and then maybe go to a third party for the more complex applications. But definitely an important part of it and something that drives the budget in the design phase. We include stabilization, which, as I mentioned before, is sort of a pre-pilot, and the goal during stabilization is to knock out 99% of the bugs. So by the time we get to pilot, we want everything to be going really, really well. We want the pilot users almost to be serving as advocates within the user community that, hey, this is great, this is coming down the pipe, you should be excited about it, you should be looking forward to it. We don't want the pilot community, being really burdened by something that's breaking all the time. You want to get the user community to be involved and to be excited about it and be an advocate of it. So the stabilization stage is very important. Then once you get to pilot and deployment, it's mechanical at that point. So again, it's how many users per night and how long do you want them to pilot for? And then by the time you get to deployment, it's really just basic math. You should be doing no design, no real fixing of anything. It should be a matter of pulling levers and pushing buttons at that point. And then it's really just the business's tolerance for risk as to how fast you can go.